Have you ever had a stressful thought and suddenly your heart starts beating faster, your shoulders become tight, your breathing changed, and now you think of a calm moment and you are not at all at ease. So now think of a calm moment. Your body relaxes. This is not imagination, but is the normal body's biology. So your thoughts shape your body. Tonight, I want us to discuss something very powerful, the relationship between our mental health, our emotional health. This is not just soft talk. It is the reality of life. And here is the big truth that is worthy noting. A healthy mind protects a healthy body. So welcome to this webinar on mental health and emotional health. I'm Dr. Joshua Derito, a family physician with interest in public health and cancer prevention and treatment. Here we break complex science into simple actions that you can take on a daily basis to keep yourself healthy. Why is mental health the real health? Your mind is always talking to your body at all times. And then when you are stressed for a long time, then the stress hormones go up, your blood pressure will raise up, your sugar control worsens, your sleep breaks down and you become sleepless, and even your immunity becomes weaker. So science does this very clearly, that your thoughts and your emotions are related to your hormones. They affect your immunity, and they also affect your body's responses to the various immune responses, the inflammation of your body. And this will also affect how you feel, how you heal from illness. So this is the mind-body science, and it is simply means that what you think and feel affects your body working. That is why mental health matters when we are talking about your health. So let's look critically about stress, as managing stress is one of the important pillar in health management. So what is stress? Stress is not always bad. In fact, it is your body's response to anything that is unpleasant. It prepares you for actions either to fight or flight. And this short stress helps you learn from danger. It helps you also to focus and also helps you to act fast, to run away from danger. For example, if something like an animal or a dog, stray dog appears, then your body is prepared for fight or flight. You either run away or you prepare to attack, and your body is preparing for this. Now, long-term stress becomes harmful to you. Your body was made for short stresses, which, as I've said, they are protective. But when your body is on consistent stress without rest, then that becomes harmful, and it starts killing and harming your body. So why is long-term stress dangerous for your health? It keeps cortisol high. And we know that cortisol is a stress hormone which stimulates the secretion of insulin. This might increase your metabolism, might lead to you eating more, might lead to your sleep getting disturbed. And all these lead to dangerous inflammatory processes that lead to metabolic derangements. Chronic stress also makes your immunity weak, so you are more prone to getting infections. You may get colds more, and you can realize that anytime that you get stressed, either physical or mental, then there's a likelihood that your capacity to resist microorganisms and germs becomes weaker. And so when stress levels are high, then you have a tendency to get more infection. Then this also raises inflammation, and this weakens your body's immunity. You always feel tired, and you may also feel sick, especially when you are stressed. So ask yourself quietly, what stresses me every day? Is it your money? Is it your work? Is it your family? Is it your health? Is it your time? So when these things constantly keep you on high alert, then your health becomes at risk. So let's look at some of the simple ways that you can adapt to control your stress and also your emotions. The first thing is control what you can. Always ask yourself, what can I control today? And then the next question that you ask yourself, what do I let go? So you can control your daily activities. For example, if it is your work, you can control the amount of work, the amount of commitment that you are going to undertake. So one of the ways is learning to say no and always having a focus and protecting your time and protect it like gold, because it is. When you don't use your time well, you engage in so many unnecessary things, then you end up endangering your health. Then the other thing that you can do is learning to calm your body. Stressful situations will always come up. You may receive bad news. Someone might say something that hurts you. You may be told bad news, but how do you control that? One of the ways that the moment you get news that is not good, then your body is put on high alert. Your sympathetic system is put onto high alert, but you can learn to calm it down. One of the biggest ways to learn to calm it down is practicing slow breathing. There's what we call breathing in a box, where you take a deep breath. We can practice this together. Then you hold your breath. Then you practice to breathe out slowly. This helps your parasympathetic system take over and reassure your body that, well, all is not out of control. You can relax. You can take it easy as you think of your actions. Then reduce noise. There are many things that we expose ourselves sometimes that are not necessary. Spending too much on social media, scrolling, not getting adequate sleep, receiving too many of the bad news and the things that put you on high alert, like watching news. We know that most of the times that we watch our news, you heard there was an earthquake here, this building collapsed, this accident happened. Then you may have notifications, calls all over. So some of these things create unnecessary noise, and this can put you on stress. So yes, it is good to be informed about what is happening in the country. You need to know the news, but keeping exposing yourself to this bad news hour after hour is not necessary. You don't need that. So get informed, but don't overbombard yourself unnecessarily. So emotional regulations. What does emotional control mean? It does not mean hiding feelings. It means feeling emotions without letting them control you. Uncontrolled emotions lead to angry words, they lead to bad decisions, they lead to broken relationships, and they also lead to poor health. So, how do you take control of your emotion? First of all, name the emotions. There is what we call the emotional wheel. I'm going to share it in one of in the social media, either tonight or tomorrow, so that you know how to name your emotions. So how am I feeling just now? I feel angry. I feel anxious. I feel overwhelmed. I feel scared. I feel afraid. I feel sad. So when you name the emotions, then the brain calms down. It does not mean you do anything. It just tells you, where am I at this particular moment? After you realize where you are, what is the next step? Pause. Take a deep breath, and then feelings rise and fall. And so when you pause, you allow your body to calm, you allow your mind to relax, and then you can be able to choose the next action when you are not on high alert. So ask yourself, what choice protects my health? What is it that I can do uh, in this situation to help me feel better, or possibly to help me overcome the way that I'm feeling? So what choice that can I make that matches my values? For example, you may feel you're angry, but then when you pause, you think, do I really need to respond, or do I need to react? There's a difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is when someone shouts at me, I shout back. Responding is someone shouts at me, and then I pause and I ask him, what makes you behave like this? I'm asking for an explanation. I'm asking of what triggered him to behave in this way. I'm not defending myself, I'm just seeking more information. So that pause protects my body and protects my health. Remember, the automatic response is to react. It requires time, it requires a commitment to learn better ways to respond to these high intensity emotions. So let's look at some of the healthy coping skills. So how do we protect ourselves from stress? How do we control and manage our emotions so that we do not get overwhelmed and we do not put our health at risk? Some of the unhealthy coping ways include taking alcohol, overeating, avoiding problems, endless scrolling. This is running away from the reality, and it will soon catch up with you. You are not helping yourself, you are running away. So they do not solve the problem, they do not make it easy for you to cope up. They do not help you to cope with the situation. So what are some of the ways that are our best ways for coping? There are some various ways that you can cope with stressful and emotional situations. One is the bodily ways. How do you do that? Taking a walk or even exercising. So on a daily basis, exercise is one of the ways that can help you manage stressful situations. So move, walk, and then stretch and exercise. This way, they can help you cope up with stressful situations. The other way is responding with your mind, lighting your thoughts. What am I feeling? You put it down. Uh, what makes me feel that? What emotions am I having at this particular time? Then there's one thing that we call gratitude practice. When we lived in the jungle, we survived by being part of a group, and we are always on high alert. Your body is meant to help you to survive, not to thrive. So it is telling you of all the dangers around you. And unfortunately, in the present situation, this bombardment of negative information keeps us on high alert. When you practice looking at the good things that have happened, you may have a bad day. But among the bad things that have happened, you have not finished your assignment, you have not eaten the right way, you have not done your exercise. There's something that you have done or something has happened. For example, you had a good social connections with family members. Why not appreciate that? You did some work very well and you finished it to completion. Why not appreciate that? So gratitude practicing. What did I do well? What went well? So you change the negative thinking so that you release some of these emotional over responses. Then having social connections, talking to a trusted person, someone who shares your worries, your concerns, even just sharing what is worrying you with someone, it helps you to feel better. Then there's the spiritual response. We always know that there's a higher power above us. So praying is one of the ways that you connect to the higher power, you connect to God, and also share your worries, your concerns with Him. Having a quiet reflection. Then purpose. What do I want with my life? What can I do about these situations? Break it down, the big problem, into very small, actionable activities. For example, Brian Tracy says that when you have a big problem that is bothering you, break it to the smallest actionable actions. And you can get like, if you have a problem, get like 20 solutions to that problem. Then out of the 20, pick one that you can be able to implement immediately. And then you start implementing it. That focuses your mind. And when your mind is focused on a particular thing, then it makes it easy for you to implement and it helps you to settle down. And then the other thing that can help you overcome big problem is going back to basics. This is the problem that I have. But what is causing this problem? What are the general principles? Then you can be able to know what is the real issue that I need to handle. Because sometimes when you don't put things into focus, when you don't look at them in a critical way, then you're not able to separate the noise from the reality. And that haziness puts you on high alert. So coping is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is protecting your mind. It is protecting your body. It is protecting your health. Then you have anxiety, burnout, and depression. So what are some of the warning signs that you could be anxious? You are always worried. Your body always feels under tension. You always are not calm. You feel sweat, you feel overwhelmed, you feel not under control. Then burnout is manifested by extreme tiredness, feeling empty, and you have no motivation for what you like. A job that you really used to enjoy becomes bothersome. You don't enjoy it anymore. It feels like it is overwhelming to you. Depression is when you are in low mood most of the days. Things that used to give you satisfaction are no longer satisfactory. You have lost interest in many things that surround you, even people, and there is a feeling of hopelessness. These are signals that something is not working okay. These are not failures. So you need to take action when you have these kind of emotions to protect your body and also to uh, speed up healing so that your mind and your body are able to heal faster. So what do you do? If these symptoms last for more than 2 weeks, then ask for assistance. If they affect your sleep, your performance at work, or your family, and those around you and those you love, then seek help. If you feel overwhelmed, then this would be a good time to seek help. And getting help is looking for strength. It is not weakness. Sometimes we feel like seeking help. This seeking help is a sign of weakness, but this is a sign of strength. It is recognizing that this is beyond you, and it's the high time that you get assistance. So, stress and the uncontrolled emotions affect your hormones, they affect your immunity, they increase inflammation and your response to infections, they decrease your energy, and they also affect your healing. So that is why we say again, a healthy mind protects a healthy body. Mental health is not separate from physical health. It is an important pillar in your health. It is the foundation. When you are able to control your stress reasonably, you reduce your risk of getting obesity, you reduce your risk of getting hypertension, you reduce your risk of getting diabetes, and you reduce all other complications that come with these lifestyle diseases. So you do not need to fix everything, but you need to start small. One habit, one breath, and one pause. Try this for this week. When you feel overstimulated, practice the 5 minute slow breathing or breathing in a box, where you take a deep breath through your nose, hold, then you breathe out slowly. If you want more guidance on how to do this, there's a video I've done on this. It is the Overall Health YouTube channel at Dr. Dedito. And this will teach you how to take charge of your breathing. So, your mind matters and your body is listening. Like this live, subscribe to the Overall YouTube channel at Dr. Dedito, and share it with someone who needs this message to be able to take control of their stress and to be able to manage the emotions reasonably. Thank you for choosing health inside out. Next week, we look at how risky behaviors can make your health worse. Until then, thank you for watching. We meet in the next webinar. Thank you very much.